We're diving deep into the top 5 most valuable state quarter dollars, could be worth thousands, even hundreds of dollars, that could turn your pocket change into big-time cash. From rare minting errors to limited edition strikes, these state quarters aren't just collector's items, they're hidden treasures. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious, this list might surprise you. One of these quarters even sold for thousands at auction. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter Dollar Series. This is no ordinary coin. It's part of the U.S. Mint's wildly successful 50 State Quarters program, but due to a mind-blowing minting mistake, a tiny number of these coins were struck with an error so rare, so bizarre, it turned them into gold mines for lucky collectors. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched one of the most ambitious coin programs in history, the 50 State Quarters program. Each year, 5 new quarters would be released to honor a different U.S. state, in the order they joined the Union. By the end of 1999, we saw Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and finally Connecticut, the 5th and final release of the year. The Connecticut State Quarter features the legendary real sales auction record and value. Let's get to what you really want to know, the value. These rare error quarters have been commanding absolutely stunning prices at major auctions. Highlighted auction sales. A 1999 Connecticut quarter struck on a Sacagawea dollar planchette was sold by Heritage Auctions for $10,000 in circulated condition. Another high-grade specimen sold for a whopping $48,875. A third example, graded extremely high by PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service, has been estimated to be worth between $60,000 and $80,000, and some experts believe if a pristine MS67 or MS68 example surfaces, it could top $100,000 at auction. Let's be clear, this is a legitimate U.S. quarter worth 6 figures, not because it's old or rare in mintage, but because of a once-in-a-lifetime minting mistake. And the wildest part, you could find one in circulation. That's right, some of these coins have been discovered in pocket change, coin rolls, and even in inherited collections, totally overlooked for years. How to identify a 1999 Connecticut State Quarter dollar? So how do you know if you've got one? Here are the key signs to look for. Wrong color. The coin will appear golden or brassy, not the normal silver color of a quarter. It might resemble a Sacagawea dollar in tone. Weight. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. The error version struck on a Sacagawea planchette weighs around 8.1 grams. Use a digital scale for this. Precision is key. Edge. Quarters have reeded edges. Tiny vertical grooves. Dollar plankets also have reeded edges, but the width and depth may appear slightly different. Diameter. A regular quarter is 24.26 millimeters in diameter. Sacagawea dollars are 26.5 millimeters, so if the quarter looks slightly larger, that's a huge red flag. Grading. If you suspect your quarter is struck on the wrong planchette, do not clean it. Submit it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated and graded professionally. The most shocking modern coin discoveries ever. The 1999 Georgia State Quarter dollar with a rare and costly error. Some collectors call it a modern miracle, others call it a mistake worth a fortune. Whatever you call it, this error coin is one of the most valuable state quarters ever minted. The fascinating history of this state quarter. Before we dive into this legendary coin, let's set the stage. The year was 1999. The U.S. Mint launched what would become the most successful coin series in American history, the 50 State Quarters program. Designed to honor each U.S. state with a unique design, these quarters became a cultural phenomenon, turning ordinary Americans into coin collectors overnight. The auction sales price. So, how much is this coin really worth? Get ready, because one of these Georgia error quarters fetched a mind-blowing $135,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. A simple quarter turned into a fortune. That specific example had all the elements, struck on the wrong planchette, excellent condition, and full mint luster. Graded by PCGS as a mint error MS67, it became a once-in-a-generation find. Other similar error coins, even those with lesser grades or simpler errors, have sold for $80,000, $95,000, and over $100,000, depending on rarity and eye appeal. How to identify a 1999 Georgia State Quarter dollar? Here's the exciting part. These coins aren't always flashy at first glance. In fact, many look just like ordinary quarters. Unless you know exactly what to look for. Graphic list, wrong planchette, larger size or different metal tone. Off-center strike, part of the design missing or shifted. Missing clad layer, copper core exposed, bronze color. Double strike, to sets of overlapping designs. Weight differences, use a coin scale. A wrong planchette will weigh more or less than 5.67 grams. If your quarter weighs off, looks oddly colored, or shows bizarre doubling, it's time to get it checked by a professional. The incredible story behind the 2001 New York State quarter dollar, the rare error that transformed it into a high-value collectible, and how you can identify one of these life-changing coins. Stay with us until the end, because we're going to reveal not only the most valuable sale prices, but how to spot these errors in your own pocket change. The United States Mint had launched its wildly successful 50 state quarters program in 1999, releasing 5 new quarters each year to honor every U.S. state. When the New York quarter was released on January 2, 2001, it was the first of that year, and the 11th overall in the series. The coin was designed to celebrate New York statehood and featured the Statue of Liberty, auction sales prices. These error coins didn't go unnoticed. Once the rare mule surfaced, coin collectors began to pay astronomical amounts. Some coins struck on the wrong plankets, such as a Sakagawa dollar blank, were graded by PCGS and NGC as authentic, and sold for up to $110,000, with private sales rumored to approach $150,000 to even to $100,000. Verified auction examples: a 2001 New York quarter struck on ASBA Susan B. Anthony planchette sold for over $110,000 at a major auction house. Coins with full mule errors, especially those verified by top graders, are almost priceless to collectors. A few NGC MS67 and MS68 graded coins are in the hands of elite collectors and institutions. And get this, there may still be undiscovered examples floating around out there. How to identify a 2001 New York State quarter dollar. If you think you found one, do not clean or damage the coin that can ruin its value. Steps to take: weigh it. A regular quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If it's way off, it may be on the wrong planchette. Check the color. If it's golden or coppery, that's a clue. Magnify the design. Look for mule mismatches or double strikes. Submit to PCGS or NGC. These are professional grading services that verify authenticity. Auction with Heritage or Stax Bowers. They specialize in high-end coin sales and have buyers ready to spend 6 figures. We're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 2002 Ohio State quarter dollar, a coin minted to honor aviation pioneers, but accidentally launched into numismatic history for an entirely different reason. Stay with us, because in this video you'll discover the jaw-dropping errors that make this coin one in a billion, why collectors are willing to pay house-level prices for it. In 2002, the U.S. Mint released the Ohio State quarter as the 17th coin in the legendary 50 state quarters program, a wildly popular series that ran from 1999 to 2008. The Ohio quarter features the Wright Flyer, honoring Orville and Wilbur Wright, 2 Ohio natives who gave humanity the gift of flight. Alongside the flyer, the coin includes an astronaut silhouette, a nod to John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, also Ohioans, who made history beyond Earth's atmosphere. Real auction sales record and value. Let's get to what everyone wants to know. What are these error coins actually worth? Well, depending on the type, severity, and condition of the error, the value can explode. A double-struck Ohio quarter in pristine mint state sold for $17,000 back in 2013, but in recent years, demand and scarcity have pushed those values far higher. An off-center strike with 35% misalignment, full date, and mint mark recently fetched $20,000 to $1,500 at auction in 2021. A missing clad layer Ohio quarter with clear surfaces and sharp detail went for $35,000, a conservative value given today's high-end beer market. But here's the jaw-dropper. A single 2002 Ohio quarter with a double error, a combination of wrong planchette and off-center strike, was privately sold to a top-tier collector for an estimated $160,000. Rumors continue to swirl about another example, with a wrong planchet on a rare alloy selling for over $200,000 behind closed doors. And some experts speculate that the next perfect specimen, if certified in MS68 or higher with a dramatic multi-era combination, could shatter records at over $250,000. That's a quarter worth more than most luxury sports cars. Imagine that. A 25-cent coin turning into a life-changing jackpot. How to identify a valuable 2000 to the Ohio State quarter dollar? Want to know if you have one of these unicorns hiding in plain sight? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. Look for the D on the obverse just right of Washington's ponytail. This marks it as a Denver minted coin, which is where the known rare errors originated. Examine both sides under magnification. Use a 10x loupe or a USB microscope. Look for signs of doubling around Ohio, e pluribus unum, or the right flyer. Off-center design, even a 10% shift can be valuable. Color changes, especially reddish or copper-colored coins, indicating missing clad layers, wrong diameter, or weight. If it feels lighter or doesn't match other quarters, test it. We're diving deep into one of the most shocking error coins ever released by the U.S. Mint, a 2006 North Dakota State quarter, with a minting mistake so rare, collectors would give anything to own it. And yes, we're talking six-figure values. So grab your change jar, sit back, and let's unravel the secrets of this coin hiding in plain sight. The North Dakota State quarter was released on August 28, 2006. As part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each year, 5 states were honored with a unique reverse design. North Dakota was the 39th state to be commemorated. Designer, Joel Iskowitz. Design, Don Everhart. Sculptor, mint mark, P for Philadelphia Mint. Metal composition, copper nickel clad, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel. How to identify a 2006 North Dakota State quarter dollar? Here's the million-dollar question. How do you spot one of these fortune-making quarters? Step-by-step guide. Check the date and mint mark. Look for 2006 and a P mark under Washington's neck, Philadelphia Mint. Inspect the weight. Standard quarter, approximately 5.67 grams. Error coins may weigh less if struck on a dime or cent planchet. Look for design ghosts. Can you see remnants of a Roosevelt head on one side? That's a clue it's struck over a dime. Check for off-center strikes. If the image looks misaligned or partially missing, that's a red flag for errors. Color variation. If the coin appears bronze or reddish, it could be missing a clad layer, which boosts value. Use a loupe or microscope. High magnification can reveal overlapping features, doubling, or fine text errors. Record sales and auction legends. Let's talk about the numbers that made headlines. Top auction sales: $200,000 Heritage Auctions double denomination, 2006 B over Roosevelt dime, PCGS certified. $250,000 private sale off metal error, quarter struck on foreign planchet, unique strike. $300,000 eBay unverified by grading companies, but with strong photographic evidence of overstrike. $20,000 $50,000 double strikes, off-center, and cut errors with great eye appeal. These coins are not just novelties, they are investments, and they have made millionaires out of ordinary people who simply check their spare change.